Hello everybody, I am Coach Lindsay. We're gonna start with a chair core class. So I chose chair core because our core is really the foundation for function. Our core is really important for balance, stability, flexibility, and back stability mostly. So if you struggle with back pain or you're trying to reduce back pain or not even have any back pain, your core is super important. So we're gonna work on our core, we're gonna work on core engagement. I'll talk a lot about what that means, but let's talk about what we need for the class. First and foremost, just your chair. Everything is done in the chair today, so no standing, nothing on the floor, which is very nice, very low impact. And then you will need one small lightweight. I have 3 pounds for reference. I would choose something very, very light. If you do not have a weight, you can use a can of food, you can use a water bottle, anything to add a little bit of resistance. And then with your chair, just make sure it's nice and sturdy, no wheels, nice and hard back on there. Let's talk about form. So whenever we do something in the chair, of course, we're not using our lower body, so that sacrifices a little bit of core engagement just right off the bat. So we wanna make sure that we are not relying on the back of the chair, right? Just because we're doing a chair workout doesn't mean we get to hang out. So no leaning back on the back of that chair. You're sitting nice and tall. Your feet are flat on the ground, 90-degree angle with those knees. And then you're gonna pretend like you have a string at the top of your head. So you're sitting nice and tall and that core is engaged. Let's go ahead and get started with our warm up. That's enough of me talking and we'll get into it. So let's start with some side reaches to warm up that core. So nice and steady over, keep the butt and the feet on the chair and on the ground, okay? So we're just moving at the core here. Nice and straight, so try not to reach too forward or try not to arch back, right? We're just nice and straight here. Fabulous. Awesome, just a few more on each side. Great, last one. And let's move into some side twists. So this time, let's readjust our form, sit nice and tall, core is engaged, and we're just twisting and holding on each side just for a second or two. Keep the butt on the chair, so we're just mobilizing the core here. Excellent, nice and tall. I took a week off last week of teaching classes and man, I feel like it's been a month. You really, if you don't use it, you lose it. Couldn't be any more true. Couple more twists here. Last one on each side. Excellent, shake it out. Let's practice a little bit of core engagement here quick, just so you know what that means. So if you're new to core, a lot of times when we think of engaging our core, we just think I gotta like suck in, right? Or I gotta push out. And so whenever you just squeeze your core, you'll notice a little bit of coning here, and that's what we don't want. That means we're not fully engaging our core. So if you kind of go ahead and just engage your core where you kind of just squeeze, you'll notice you have a little bit of coning here. Now with core engagement, we actually want to sit nice and tall and almost suck that belly button towards the spine, just very minimally. So as you're doing that, go ahead and try it with me here as you're sucking that belly button in towards your spine, and then you squeeze and kind of push down and engage that core. That is full core engagement, and you'll notice your belly feels a lot more flat. So you can go ahead and relax if you were doing that with me. I want you to go back to kind of just the standard, you know, flex those ab muscles, squeeze, and then you'll notice that coning. And then you go back into sucking that belly button towards your spine. So do it with me here, very slightly, right? We're not holding our breath. We're just bringing that belly button towards the spine. And then we're squeezing the core, and you'll feel a nice flat belly there. You'll start to feel it kind of in your pelvic floor and on the side, your obliques. And then you can go ahead and relax, okay? So take a deep breath. We're gonna do it one more time just so you have it down. But if you don't have it down, it's okay, right? That's why we're here, that's why we're doing this class. So go ahead and sit nice and tall. Squeeze that belly button in towards your spine, and then squeeze those abs kind of like you're sucking in. Nice strong core, you can feel it, you can push on those abs. Some of us might have a little bit of skin in front of those abs, but I promise they're there. And then you can go ahead and relax. Excellent. So we're gonna keep that in mind. We're gonna practice that as we go along. So I'm gonna preview the exercises that we're doing today, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So we have 4 exercises. We're gonna repeat them twice, 10 reps of each exercise. So number 1, feet go a little bit wider than our hips. Our arms are gonna come out and we're gonna touch opposite toe, right? So coming down, you cannot touch the toe, touch the shin. Either side, it's a double count. So 1 and 1, 2 and 2. We're not only working our abs here, but we're also working our back as well. So that's exercise 1. Exercise 2 is where the weight comes in. So this is where you wanna hold that weight either up, if this is tough on the shoulders, hold it out, or you can kind of hold it closer to your chest. And we're gonna bring those knees up. So we're really working on the lower pelvic floor here with this exercise. So holding that weight up makes it a little bit more challenging, and then holding it out in front gives you a little bit of relief. With this, you really wanna make sure you're not rocking back and forth. So as we bring that knee up, we're not rocking back into our chair. We're staying nice and tall. We're just bringing that knee up, 1 and 1, 2 and 2. Third exercise, bicycle. So our elbow and our knee are meeting in the middle, fingertips behind the ears, 1 and 1, 2 and 2. Now, last and final exercise is a little bit tougher. So we're gonna scoot a little bit forward in our chair. We're gonna hold on to the base of that chair, bringing the knees up slightly. So we're kind of in a hollow hold here. Then we're gonna tap the toes down, 1 and 1, 2 and 2, all the way to 10. Now, if you get a little bit fatigued, you can rest your feet on the ground for a moment, but I want you back in that hollow hold when you feel like you have control, okay? So we're working all parts of our core today, upper, lower, obliques as well. Let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with our alternating toe touches. So take those legs nice and wide. You're at your own pace, but you can also go by my count. As long as you get your 10 in, that's all I care about. So arms start out. Let's go ahead and begin. Tapping that toe, coming back up, other toe, that is 1 rep. Here we're at 2. Remember that core engagement, right? So even though we're not crunching or we're not fully using our core here, we still want to draw that belly button towards the spine and squeeze that core. Excellent. Halfway here. Nice and slow. Any core movement should be a nice slow exercise. We don't want to go fast because then we don't know if we're engaging our core properly. Excellent. 3 more on each side. Remember to modify. If you can't touch your toe, touch your ankle, touch your shin. Anything works here. Last one on each side. Fabulous. Go ahead and relax. Relax those legs, relax that core. Finish out your 10 if you're still going. We got about a 5 to 10 second break in between each exercise. So exercise number 2 is those high knees. Let's grab that weight or whatever object you chose for your resistance. Remember, holding it up makes it a bit tougher. You can hold it out or into your chest. We're just raising that knee up, okay? So you'll want to scoot a little bit more forward in your chair. Toes are nice and light on the ground. And let's begin. Up and up. That's 1. So remember, control your rocking, right? We're not rocking back and forth here. We're really working on stabilizing the lower pelvic floor here. Excellent. Bring that knee up as high as you can. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. There we go. Great job, mighty family. Halfway through here. Remember, you can go at your own pace too. So if I'm going a little too fast, you just make sure you get your 10 in. Excellent. Little shoulder burn here as well. 2 more on each side. Last one. Fabulous job. Go ahead and drop that weight. Woo! Roll those shoulders out. About 5 to 10 seconds here for a break. We're gonna get into those alternating bicycles, okay? So again, feet are a little bit wider than your hips. Fingertips are nice and light behind the ears. Opposite elbow, opposite knee, meeting in the middle. Don't let your upper body or lower body do all the work. All right, let's begin. Really get that twist in and squeeze that core. So that belly button, draw into your spine. Excellent. Make sure you're breathing. Don't be holding that breath as you're engaging your core. 3 more on each side here. Last one. Excellent job. Shake those arms out. Shake those legs out. We're gonna get into our toughest but last exercise of this set. So scoot forward in your chair just slightly. Take your break if you need it though. Grab onto the base of that chair. Get yourself comfortable in that hollow hold first, okay? So you're kind of balancing on your sit bones just a little bit. Those feet, you want maybe 4 or 5 inches off the ground, so nothing super high. So once you have this hollow hold, make sure that your core is engaged here, right? So you're gonna have a little bit of natural coning, but making sure that that belly button is drawn towards your spine, that core is engaged. And let's begin for our toe tap. So tapping on the floor, 1 and 1, 2 and 2. Nice and steady. Keep that hollow hold if you can. If you need to bring the legs down to rest, totally fine. Excellent. It's going to be a little natural to bring those legs a little higher because it makes it easier. I just did it. So be accountable for yourself. Make sure those legs stay nice and low to the ground. And breathe. Inhale and exhale as you touch down. Excellent. 3 more on each side here. Last one. And that's it for set number 1. Ooh, that's also a little bit of a hip burner. Rub those hips out a little bit, rub those quads out if you need to, shake those legs out. We're gonna do a core stretch before we get into our second set. So go ahead and grab onto the back of your chair if you have one, and you're just gonna arch your back. So if you don't have the back of your chair, you can kind of use the base and grab onto it and just arch your back so that you feel a nice stretch throughout your core. So we're gonna sit here, hold it for about 5 seconds, and then go ahead and release, shake it out. Excellent job, Mighty Family. Set 1 is done. Let's get into set 2. This time, now you know what everything looks like and feels like. So really pay attention to that core engagement, that belly button towards your spine, making sure you're not having a ton of coning. And let's go ahead and begin, okay? Toe touches, legs are nice and wide, arms are out. Get your 10 in and let's go. Tap those toes, come all the way up. Keeping that back nice and flat. So to really try not to arch your back as you're coming down and up. Excellent. Look at all of you with your cameras on. I love it. Putting in some good hard work into the new year. We're gonna keep that momentum going all through the year, not just the new year. Excellent job, Mighty Family. Keep it going. 3 more on each side here, if you're on my count. Keep that breath going. Last one. Fabulous. Shake those arms out, shake those legs out. If you need to do a little bit of a core stretch in between each exercise, totally fine. We're gonna get into our high knees. So grab that weight when you are ready. I would challenge yourself this time. So if you kind of went the easy route, totally fine if you did. If you held that weight towards your chest, this time try just going out a little bit. Or if you're feeling fancy, try it above the head, okay? I challenge you to challenge yourself, even if you have to switch halfway through, okay? Feet flat on the ground. We're nice and tall here. Core is engaged. 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring that knee up and down. Really control that rocking. Even I had a little bit of a rock there on that first rep. You gotta make sure you're paying attention to multiple things, right? Your breath, your core engagement, your rocking. Stay nice and controlled here. Excellent job, Mighty Family. Inhale as you bring the knee up, exhale as it comes down. Fabulous. 3 more on each side. Last one. Excellent job, Mighty Family. Slowly bring that weight down, toss it aside. We're done with her. We don't have to use her anymore. So let's get into some alternating bicycles. We are halfway through the second set, so shake it out if you need to, stretch it out if you need to, but we're almost done. 20 more reps total. Let's go ahead and take those hands behind the ears. Scoot forward if you need to a little bit. I found myself scooting back a little with those high knees. Opposite knee, opposite elbow. Let's go. Squeeze that core. This is a tough one to make sure you're engaging throughout, but stay very aware of that belly button towards your spine. Excellent job, Mighty Family. Really get that twist in and that crunch in. Don't cheat yourself. Three more. Last one here. Excellent job, mighty family. Shake it out. Last and final exercise, our toughest one, of course. So give yourself a little bit of a break here. Take a deep breath, stretch out the core if you need it. If not, let's go ahead and get into it. So scoot forward just a little bit. Hold on to the back of that chair before you lift your legs up. Lift those legs up, get that hollow hold first, right? So making sure that belly button is in the spine. We are squeezing that core, and let's begin with our toe taps. So down and down is one. Nice and slow here. Excellent. Keep it going. Remember to breathe. Halfway. Ooh, this one's a little tougher a second time around. Hang on to it. We're all in this with you. We're all in this together. 2 more each side. Don't drop those legs. Last one. Excellent job. You can drop those legs now and shake them out. Sit back in your seat. We're gonna stretch out the core now. So we're gonna start with a side stretch. So take those legs nice and wide, similar to our warm up. We're just holding it this time. So go ahead and reach over to one side. Lean that left elbow on your left leg and reach over to the right. And deep breaths here. Awesome job on your first core workout of 2024. If that was a challenge for you, keep doing it. If not, add some weight, add some resistance. You can always make classes harder or easier depending on your level, okay? So always remember that. Let's go ahead and switch. Reaching all the way over, really stretch out that oblique area. We did lots with the twisting, lots of movement here. Excellent job. Go ahead and come back up. We're gonna go ahead and take a nice, sorry, I gotta fix my mic there. Take our nice big deep breath in, bring those arms up, interlock the fingers round the palms, stretch all the way up, really stretch out the front of that core, and then go over to one side, hold for 3, 2, 1, come back in the middle, stretch out that core, 3, 2, 1, and then other side. There we go. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring those arms down, open up that chest. We're gonna end with a forward fold. So another big inhale, really elongate those arms, reach all the way up, and then fall forward, nice and slow. So nice and easy. Just let your back kind of decompress. You can touch the ground, you can touch your toes, you can touch your shin, whatever it is, go ahead and round that back. And then when you're ready, we're gonna roll back up. So round those shoulders, coming all the way back up. Let's do one more because it just feels so nice. All the way up, reach, reach, reach. Excellent, interlock those fingertips, round the palms. And then when you're ready, forward fold. Nice and slow. Release any tension you have in that back, hopefully not a lot. If you were doing proper core engagement, you shouldn't feel anything in your back. And then go ahead and round those shoulders up. Oh, nice big deep breath. Excellent job, mighty family. Thank you so much for joining me for our first class of 2024. Have a great day.